Hey guys, how we doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. So this is a 3Commas bot update and tutorial because I'm going to set up another bot on here. So yeah, we'll go straight over to the chart. I'm going to get rid of this little screen in the bottom as well. We'll get rid of the screen so that obviously you can see the whole screen. So yeah, so right, we'll have a little update on our bot we've got going on so far. So as you can see, we're in a profit finally. 18 deals completed, so that's quite a lot of deals. So it's good that we're in profit after quite a lot of deals. So obviously initially, you guys know we started with 6 losses, then we had a couple of little wins. Obviously the position flips, so it's not like we're looking for small wins, it's just our strategy will flip, and then a couple more wins, losses, and then we had a few losses, 3 in a row, including a big one with a bit of slippage. But then since then we've had 3 wins, but 2 of them obviously with trading take profits did work better this time, so we got some nice nearly 1% gains, so that's pretty good and got us back in the profit, so that's good to see. So we're trading with small size at the moment, just whilst we test it, but now I'm going to add another bot. So it's a similar bot, so it's kind of, in a way, I'm increasing the size that we're trading with, because we're now going to introduce this other bot to a similar strategy. So really we're sort of increasing the size of the position, so we're going to basically just do the same settings, so it'll be double the position size. So right, so we're going to set this bot up. So let's start with obviously our trading view. So we're gonna, we're gonna set the bots up first, because then obviously we need the bots set up to then get the alerts we need for trading view. So we're gonna do a click on the DCA bot. Might be a little bit slow here today, and click create bot. So what we're gonna do is our other bot, Bitmex 1 is we're gonna use. We've got a star here now. I didn't know we had stars. That's new, but either way, so Bitmex 1 is what we're going to use it to. The pair is going to be the Bitcoin perp contract. Base order size in dollars is going to be 2,000, same as the other one that we had. We'll put the safety order as 200. I mean, it doesn't really matter because we're not going to have any safety orders. Start order type limit. Leverage, we're going to put custom, just put it to 25. That will cover the margin we need. We're using TradingView custom signal, so we'll put that in. So what we're going to do, how this one's going to be different, we're going to have a target profit of, we're going to call it 2%, and then we're going to have trading on, and our trading deviation is going to be 0.5, so quite a wide trail. So what we're doing in this one is we are going for bigger gains basically. And our stop loss, we're obviously going to have a stop loss on. The stop loss is going to be 0.8 on this one to give the trade a bit more of a wider margin. And then also we're not going to have the stop loss timeout, but we are going to have the stop loss trail on. So if we do start to move up and the market looks like it's going back, at least we won't be hitting a full 0.8 stop loss. So we'll click that as on. We're not having any safety trades. We're not having any of those, so that's all fine. So this is pretty much going to be the long bot. This is what it's called. Let me just see if I can open a new tab, because what I want to do is make sure I've got the same name that I want, and then double check my other bot. Yep, so this is Bitmex 2, 2000. Yep, so we're going to click on this because I just want to basically copy the name. Here we go. So we're going to copy this. Copy, and then we're going to go to our other one. I'll delete that so we don't really get any confusion. So this one's going to be called, this one's actually going to be called Bitmex 2 because it's in the Bitmex 1 because it's on the Bitmex 1 account, and 12 minute, and this one's a 16 look back. So we're going to call this a 16 look back, and it is a long bot. Yep, that is correct. So now I'm just going to double check this is all correct. So I've got the name that I want to have. I'm collected to my right exchange. The right pair, long 2000, yep, 200 limit, leverage is fine, our target profit 2%, trading deviation 0.5, stop loss, yep, stop loss trail on, yep, no safety counts. Excellent. Let's create that bot. Right, so we'll click start. It can start, that's fine. It's not collected to TradingView or anything. So we're going to copy this because we're basically going to do the short one now. So we copy this, see if it copies the name. No, I didn't think it would copy the name. But we're going to click short. We are going to get that name again. So we're going to go onto the bot. It's this one here. We're going to just edit it. This is just so I can copy the name, so I don't have to type it all out again, and it's obviously going to have the right name. So we've got that. So now we're going to put this in here. Obviously this is going to say short. And the rest is all right because that was what we had on before. That's the right exchange, that's the right pair. We're on short, that's all the right. That's 25, that's right. Start order limit, take profit, trailing on 2%. Yeah, stop loss thingy, stop loss timeout off, always have that off. Trading stop loss on, no safety orders. Excellent. Create bot. Start. Right, so we've got our bot set up. So I'm going to show you basically now the strategy that we're using. So if you look over here, it's a custom indicator. I have it dominated. This is the 18 look back that we've got going on originally. So it's this one here, 18, and it has tighter take profits and stop losses. It has a trading take profit, but it's still a tighter one than what we've got in this one. This one we're going to try and capture some bigger moves. So like you can see, for example, we got a buy here, and then we clearly got a massive move up. Obviously our other bot would have taken profit well before here, but then we subsequently got like nearly a 9% move up. The same here, this bot would have taken a sell here, so this did take a sell at 9,700 at the top of this candle here. We then came down to what was basically nearly 6% down. So obviously we didn't capture as much profit as we would have liked to in that trade. I mean, we've got another trade going on here, a buy here on both of these. The bot took this trade also, but it's subsequently taken that 1% profit that you guys saw. But in reality, it could still be in the trade, and it could still be, well, it could have got up to over 2%, and then the 2.5% would have kicked in and taken 2% profit, which would have been double the amount of profit it would have got from that. And then subsequently we had a sell trade. This sell trade wouldn't have worked as well actually though, because this bot is more shorter term, so it's kind of flipping a bit more than the other one. I may actually look to change that, but I do like how it flips in a way that it's if the market's undecided on where it's going, it's going to keep getting you in and out of position. So that's sort of like, whilst we do have a 0.8% stop, it will often be the case that the market will potentially flip the position before quicker, basically, before we get to 0.8%, if you understand what I'm saying. So yeah, I mean, it's no real drama flipping. I mean, it is annoying when it does it, but it's just, you'll go through periods of consolidation when it happens, and that's just going to happen, isn't it? So yeah, so that's just how markets trade. Yeah, so as you can see, pretty much going backwards, it does kind of is getting the moves kind of right. So yeah, so I'm happy with that. There'll obviously be occasions when it doesn't get it perfect, but yeah, so we've got a 16 look back. So this is what is going to activate our trade. So let's set an alert. So let's click on alert. This is what we need to do, and we're actually going to make sure we use this is on 0.5, so let me just double check what this says on here. Yeah, long take profit 0.5. What I'm going to do, just so I know which one it is, this is just for the display and the profit levels for the purpose of the indicator, but it actually isn't what's going to manage the actual trade. 3Commas risk management that I programmed into the bot is going to manage the trade. So I'm actually going to change that to 0.8 purely so that it's just obvious this is the 0.8 one when I click on here and I click here and then it says 0.8, just so I know I'm setting the alert for the right one. So also let me just get rid of the volume. We don't need that cluttering our chart up. So let's have a look at what we've got going on here. Let's have a look. What have we got going on there? Oh yeah, sorry. I just had an alert. So I've got the Telegram alert set up, and obviously because this bot's turned on, it sent me an alert saying the bot was turned on. But I was thinking, I thought it was taking a trade. I thought it started a deal, but clearly there was no deal for it to start. because obviously we can see here there's no deal to start, so, and there was no alert. But yeah, sorry, that was just my bad. It's just we turned the bot on and I got a signal, I got an alert. So right, we are going to set the alert now. So we're going to make sure we set it to the right one. This is going to be long. It's going to be once per bar close. We'll click on that, and then we are going to, we don't need the pop-up, we've got the right, oh no, we've got the wrong one. We are we got the wrong one here. So let me just go into the other alert that we have for this, because I have some other software that I use, for other alerts. So we're going to copy this because this is the webhook we need for the 3Commas one. So we're going to go back to the 3Commas. We don't need this. If true, then this. I don't know if you guys know about if true, then this. It's just a logic processing program. So right, so we've got that on. Trading signal, trade signal, TradingView. Set to webhook. We don't need the pop-up, like I said. We don't need the email. We don't need sounds. We don't need notifications, because they are if you have them going off quite a lot, they are annoying. We don't need options only once every time. I've not noticed that. Wait, oh, because we're not on here, that's why we don't click on that. Right, so we're here. So once per bar close. Once per bar close. We're on the right one here. Once per bar close. Where's the correct webhook? More actions. We've not got any of that. So now we need to get the code that we need to type in here to get the long bot to work. So right, now we're going to have to get this code. Right, so we're going to go over to 3Commas. We're going to go to the bots. We're going to go to, which is the long bot, is this one here. So right, as you guys know, if you watch my other tutorial, we have to assume we have the short bot on and we're in a trade. So we click on the short bot first because we have to close that trade basically. So we're going to go into here. So we need to get this code here first to close all deals at market price. To close all deals at market price. We don't want to stop the bot. This bot stays on. So this is what we need. This code here to close all deals at market price. We're going to copy that. I'm going to put that into our JSON formatter. So this is one we had before. So it goes in this little bit here. Paste. We've got the comma there, and then we've got the larger brackets that we use to encompass the whole code. Right, so now that is our short bot look here. So that's the short bot position closed. So now we can go back to our basically back to our long bot to actually activate the long trade. So go down here. So literally here's the message for deal start signal, and that's the one we need. So we click on this. We're going to copy this, copy that, put it in here to make sure it's all correct. Paste that. This will test it for us, and yep, it's green, so it's saying it's all correct. We're going to put a delay in here, a delay of 5 seconds and then a delay of 5 seconds. So just process that again, check it's right. Yes, it's right. So now we're going to copy this. So this is our TradingView signal to start our long bot. So that is what we're going to paste in here, because this is what is going to be sent from TradingView once the alert is triggered to 3Commas to then activate the bot. So we're going to click on here. How long do you want the alert to work for? The longest amount of period. Obviously you guys have to keep extending this, because if you click open-ended you have to pay for an even more expensive version, and even then you sorry, the version I have is even expensive as it is without having to have like an extra one, pay even more. So we're going to put this just the longest out date we can. That's the expiration date. But yeah, you kind of have to set yourself like an alarm to remind yourself to just lengthen the time of all these alerts. So right, so that's all the correct code. Long bot, the right one, once per bar close, that's the correct webhook, that's the correct message. So now we can create this alert. So now that alert is set, that alert will go to here. We'll go to 3Commas, and that will activate our long bot. So now we just have to go through that same process to activate the sorry, that's that one. Maybe I think it goes to the top when you, yeah, so that's that one, yeah. So now we need to set up one for the short bot. So we're going to we'll set the alert first on here, everything but the text. So again, we're using that. This time we're clicking short. This time clicking once per bar close again. That's the correct webhook. So now we'll just check there's nothing set to go off there. So now we just need to go and get our code for our short bot. So as you guys know, this is the long bot. We need to close the long bot first. So message to close all deals at market price. This is assuming we have a deal. We could have hit a take profit or a stop loss, so we may not have a deal. But if we do have a deal, it will close it, and that's what we need to do. So that one's pasted in there. Let's just delete that again and make sure I paste over that one too. There we go. So that's going to close it. We're going to put a delay of 5 seconds. There we go. And so the next thing we're going to do is go to our short bot now. So our bot's here. Down to this is our short bot here. Click on that. Down here to message for deal start signal, deal start signal. That's the one. Click on there, copy, put this in the JSON formatter. Click V, and then we're going to put a 5 here just so it's got a little delay there. It's just out of habit. I like putting delays in just in case something's getting delayed like with the responding to Bitmex or anything like that. It's just a thing. It's just a thing that I tend to do. Right, so we're now going to paste this into here. Paste that into there, and we're going to click create. So now there we have it. We have our 2 new signals. So when this clicks to a buy or a sell on this dominator here, it is going to send that alert to 3Commas. That is then going to activate our bot. And then, like I said, this bot is very similar to the other bot. It's a slightly faster moving, and it has and then basically has wider take profits. I'll show you what the other bot was in case you didn't watch the other day's video when I set this one up. So this is the long one with the 18 look back. So we'll click edit so we can see, and you can see, so we've got everything's the same here apart from we've got a target take profit of 0.5 with a trailing deviation of 1, so you can see that's quite tight. And a stop loss of 0.5, and we don't have the trading. So we sort of, this is more scalping. This is not really going to be trying to capture those big moves. And obviously if you know about trading, you want to capture the big moves. And yeah, if you look on here though, obviously we've got quite a wide stop loss, so we're not going to get a lot of big moves, but you can see the price will flip. So we can be in a sell, we come to a buy, time we come to a sell, we're actually at a higher price, so it will take a profit. And then it will come down, click to a buy, and then it will take a profit. So it doesn't necessarily have to not take profits unless it gets to 2%. It can still keep price flipping around and take profit. So if we move like back to here to see what was sort of going on here in this period, we'll just look here. This will do. So we got a sell here. We didn't hit our target, and got a buy here, so we would have taken a loss on that, but then the buy obviously went up. And then we potentially will have a look. Would we have hit our 2%? Obviously, you guys know also we have a trailing stop loss. So, this was a close one. We didn't quite hit our 2%. But you guys know that we basically have a trailing. What am I trying to say? A trailing stop loss. So obviously as that goes up, it means we're not going to lose money because our stop loss is going to kick in. Trading stop loss will obviously be high. If we've moved up more than 0.8%, I mean, that means our stop loss is going to be moving up with the price. So that's clearly going to take us out of the trade at a small profit anyway, even if it isn't when we market sell. Although if you look at here, so we bought here. We didn't hit the 2% like we wanted. We flipped to sell here, and it just market sold us and took us out of the position for the profit there. So that's what I kind of mean, how it doesn't mean we're going to lose on every trade. It's just kind of how it's going to basically work. Obviously this isn't as good as an example because it sold us here. I don't think we went into 2% profit. We came back, so our trading take profit would have kicked in, so we wouldn't have necessarily taken a profit on this one, but we wouldn't have lost any money, and we were giving ourselves the opportunity for a big dump and make a lot of money. And that's kind of like what we're going for with this particular strategy, which is set up in a very similar way to the last one, but just with different risk managements. So yeah, so any of you guys are interested in this dominator indicator, it is available for a monthly subscription. So obviously you can look in the description of this video for my Telegram to join the group to ask about that. And yeah, any other questions, yeah, put them in the comments and I can do another 3Commas sort of tutorial video to look over them. And yeah, and that's it really. So Thanks for listening to that, guys. Remember, it's not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Also, there's the 3Commas link if you don't have 3Commas at the moment to use, where you can help support my channel for no extra cost for yourself just by using the affiliate link that's in the description. And so, yeah, thanks a lot for listening, guys.